Hey guys, it's your one and only Waka Waka Doctor, bringing you the best of migration series and of course travel updates, and showing you the best pictures all around the world on my travel tips. If you're a first timer, I want to say welcome. All you need to do is click on the button below. It says subscribe to this video and watch other videos, like them and drop comments. I'll try to answer as many questions as possible. Of course, for everyone who's been supporting me from the start, I want to say thank you and welcome again. Today on this episode, I'm talking about something very interesting. Now, I know that I talk a lot about education because it's simply the easiest way to move abroad. Now, a lot of people who watch my channel often look for places you can go to for free. And there are several countries that allow that. Countries like Norway, countries like Germany. But again, those come with hindrances, okay? Some people cannot afford the money you need in a blocked account. Some people can afford the 10,000 euros you need in an account in Norway, and that often stops them. But on this episode, I'm sharing a good one where you don't need all those things, okay? You don't even need IELTS and you can move with your family. Guess which country it is? Guess it's Iceland. Yes, Iceland. I know it's cold, it's in Europe, but it's an amazing opportunity for you. So let's dive into the matter and talk about how to move to Iceland. Good. So Iceland offers you a very diverse, cultural opportunity and a very high quality of life as well if you intend to go there. All right. You don't have a lot of people there, so don't worry about the population. You don't have a lot of people in Iceland. You can work while you study, and like I said, you can move with your family. Okay. What I want to share with you is that number one, you don't need to pay tuition fees. All the public schools in Iceland do not accept tuition fees for international students. Okay, it's free of charge. There are 7 or 8 schools in Iceland, public universities, where you don't need to pay at all, and you only pay administrative fees about $580. Okay, that's all you need to do. So about $580 or even less, but something in that region. All right. Now, you can, if you're into research, it's a good place you want to be. The quality of life is also very good. And don't worry about the language, because I know that most people don't want to travel to this country. Iceland, language. English is widely spoken across Iceland, so it's nothing to fear. Okay. The courses you're going to be doing are also in English. Now, let me also reiterate that this is not just for masters. This cuts across board. So whether it's a BSc as an undergraduate or a postgrad as masters or even a PhD, it's the same. Now, let me tell you the 7 universities. There's 7 universities in Iceland, or let me just give you key details about Iceland first. Then we'll go into this in more detail, okay? Now, 7 universities in Iceland. There's 7 universities in Iceland. And the oldest one is the University of Iceland itself. Usually has about 2,000 international students, and they do their masters for 2 years, okay? Generally, for most courses, all you need to pay is about between $400 and $500, okay? And the academic year is between September and May. That's Iceland. Okay, now, like I said, there are 7 universities, and you have the university system in Iceland it follows the Bologna system. You know the Bologna system, the undergrad, postgrad kind of way. So you have bachelor's, master's, and doctorates. Okay, so that's another thing you need to know. Okay, the course types. If you've studied in a European country before, Iceland will be very familiar with you. But if you're not, very vast with studying in Iceland, then it might be daunting for you. Universities in Iceland offer both taught and research master's program. Research masters would consist substantial amount of research project where you have a supervisor until you get to the end. Now, don't go for private universities. Private universities will charge you at least $3,500. Don't go for those ones. Go for the public universities that are very cheap. And even though they are cheap, you still have scholarships where they'll pay you. Isn't that interesting? That's fascinating if you ask me. So What are the entry requirements? Now, the first thing is that you'll need a bachelor's degree in a relevant subject to enroll in a master's program, okay? So depending on the language of instruction, you might need to provide a proof of English. Now, the proof of English can come from university. Your dean or your lecturer in your school can write a letter attesting to the fact that you were taught in English. So that eradicates the need to write IELTS. Now, applications must be made directly to the university, okay? So deadlines differ. Some universities have their deadlines, say in February, some of them in May, some of them in April. So you have to apply to universities directly. All right. So what are the documents you need? Listen, what documents you need. You need your international passport, okay? You need your CV. You need a copy of your transcript, and you need 3 references from your university. I'll go again. Copy of your CV, copy of your passport. You need 3 references from your university and your academic transcript. All right. Now, you also need to get medical insurance details, because if you're outside the EU, especially for African students, you need that. Then you need to get bank statements ready if you're applying for a visa, and all you need to show is that you can get at least 400,000 naira, equivalent of 400,000 naira per month, coming into that account for 6 months. That's all you need. It's easy, okay? So they might also ask you for a criminal record certificate, so you can go to your police station and get criminal record certificate. You might also need to show documents that you've gotten accommodation, whether it's on booking.com. You can do reservations for accommodation easily that you don't need to pay. All right. Then you also need one photograph, one passport size photograph. Okay, those are some of the requirements. So like I said, most of these universities have different deadlines because they operate differently, so you have to apply to them directly. Okay, now you don't need IELTS. You don't need IELTS, so don't worry about it. Now let me give you a list of those universities in Iceland. Okay, let me give you a list of them. I wrote them down here. The first one is the University of Iceland. All right, all you need is the registration fee of $500. University of Iceland. All right, the second one is the University of Akureyri. Akureyri. Don't worry about the spelling. If you check the description box of this video, you will have a list of those universities. And for this, you need to pay $585 as application fee, but the tuition is still free. The next university you want to look at is the Agricultural University of Iceland. Agricultural University of Iceland. The next one is Holar University, Holar University College, okay? Then you need to also check Iceland University of Arts. Iceland University of Arts is expensive. You'll spend at least $4,000 per tuition. Remember that I told you that not all the universities are free, okay? So you would pay through your nose for that if you can afford it. Then you talk about Bifrost University. Bifrost University is $1,300. $1,300 for university. Okay, then you now look at Reykjavik University, which is probably the most expensive, and you'll be talking about almost $11,000 for tuition. Okay, now before we go on, it's important that I mention here that this video is sponsored by Rewire. Rewire is an application you can download if you're in the EU, you live in the EU, and you're looking for an application where you can easily send money and make transactions. It's Rewire. They have a family card, like a debit card, where you can easily just, you can easily just order for it, and it's very, very handy. Let me show you. I have one here. Look, Rewire. Okay, I have one here. It's very, very good. Okay, it's very, very good. You can use it to send money anywhere abroad. So something you should check out, and download the application on your Play Store. It's very, very helpful. All right, so that's a list of universities across Iceland that you should check out. Okay, remember that I said you do not need IELTS, and you can move with your family as well. So that's Iceland. If you have any questions, please leave those questions in the comment section. But remember, I've helped you. I've talked about how you can get visas, the document you need to apply for visa. I've talked about the universities in Iceland, and of course, all the requirements that follow suit. So, the next time I want to hear from you, it's Iceland. This is Waka Waka Doctor signing out.